I'm Dr. Clayton Greenway with healthcareforpets.com, and we're answering questions this morning. This is a good one. It comes from Sally, and she says, my cat is licking all the hair off her belly, but I don't see anything on the skin. This is really interesting. When I see this question, I can almost make a diagnosis from the question. And I refrain from that because I always want you to take your pet to your veterinarian for a physical exam and consultation just to make sure there's nothing wrong. But something that happens with cats very commonly is we've got to remember cats usually they're supposed to be out there hunting things. They have natural instincts, and we bring them into the home where their life is a little slower, not as stimulating. So they can develop behavior problems, frustrations, things like that. And one thing that cats do is they have a condition known as psychogenic alopecia. And alopecia means hair loss. Psychogenic means it comes from the mind, and so it's a psychological issue. And so when they're lethargic or depressed or not getting the stimulus, what will happen is they'll often lick their belly, and they'll lick all of the hair off of their belly, and they'll have a bald patch. Some cats will do it so badly that the skin opens up and they have a lesion there. Now, the ways you can know that this is really what's happening is if you look really closely at the hair, because it's being licked out, the hair will look what we call barbered, meaning that not all the hair is just gone. There are actually hairs that are broken. So you'll see hairs that are longer and some hairs that are shorter. That's how you know your cat is traumatizing the hair. So we know the hair loss is actually from the licking by seeing that. The other clue is that on the skin, there's really no other reactions. As Sally says, there's no inflammation, there's no redness, there's no pimple-like things that are consistent with a bacterial infection. And this is the only place, obviously, that it's happening. And this is classic for cats when they have this condition, psychogenic alopecia. What you do about it is you address that stress. Now, whenever I talk about stress to a cat owner, they say, what are you talking about? My cat doesn't have any stress. Well, just being a cat inside a house can be stressful for some cats. Even a cat just being overweight can be stressful for that cat. Even though we're not chasing it around or terrorizing it, it can still be stressed out and developing some of these conditions. So I talk about environmental stimulus, playing with them more, getting them toys, but then there's also anti-anxiety things you can do. There's devices you can plug in the wall that emit a calming hormone into the air. Those things work extremely well for cats to calm them down. And then there are natural supplements as well, such as a milk protein that comes from sort of the queen's milk, and it with the kittens, basically it calms them during lactation periods. They've taken this protein, they've put it in a supplement, and it really has a calming effect. If this condition is really bad, then you can go to medications that are anti-anxiety, like Prozac or something called clomipramine, and you're definitely going to want to talk to your veterinarian about that. Do some blood work before you start it. Make sure it's safe to give. Really start with the simple things so that we're not having to put them on a medication. But this is a classic common problem we see in a lot of cats. Your cat may even be doing it and you may not know. You should lift them up and look at their belly, and you might find that some of the hair is missing, and they're actually doing it from time to time without you knowing. So this is a great question. I think that's the diagnosis, but you're going to want to run it by your veterinarian and have them take a look at the area and make sure they don't see anything that's more concerning where they think it might be a different cause for this. But I really appreciate the question coming in, Sally. Good luck with it. Let us know if there's any problems that exist beyond this. And thanks for sending your question. Keep them coming in to healthcareforpets.com, where we're dedicated to your pet's health.